What's going on, LEGO fans? My name is Clumsy No Name, and in this video I'm going to be surviving 100 days in LEGO Fortnite. So let's not waste any more time. If you want to play on my world, I played on Seed 276, because my favorite number is 27.6. In case you were curious, this was my first introduction to the LEGO mode. I had never played it, this is my first world, and also I hadn't watched any videos. Okay, this seems simple enough, I'll just go punch that ow. If you're new to LEGO Fortnite, I would recommend not punching the trees. There's wood on the ground you can go pick up, and it's way faster. When I first started this world, I had no idea what this little campfire would become. If you're curious on how I knew what to do, it's actually because there's this random woman telling me what to do, and she's very annoying. Time to build a house. Looks just like my place in Chicago. I will say one thing they did very right in this mode is the building on presets feels very good. You can also build free builds later on, but we'll get to that whenever I do it. Yeah, this looks like a good place to sleep. I won't get robbed. What I'm trying to do here is sleep through the night, but that isn't a thing, but I didn't know that. I made an axe and a pickaxe. I think most of us probably would. Wait, that's not the quote. And then I made a village square, which I didn't know at the time, but it's how you attract more people to your village, and how you actually declare it a village. And if you just have some wood and granite, which is just normal rocks, then you can upgrade it, and apparently it goes up to level 10, but I'm only on level 2. I need another house, but I'm still too poor to afford anything nice, so I'm building another Chicago suite. Oh yeah, I'm going to talk about this before I forget. There is a hunger bar in the top left. It's that circle around your character icon, but there's these sweet berries. I think they're raspberries that you can eat, and it just fills it up. It's so much of a meme that literally the LEGO Fortnite Twitter account, that yes does exist, memes about it all the time. Now I'm building a bed. Not for me, no. I want someone else to live in this decrepit shack. Now I'm 1v1ing a wolf. I don't know why, I don't need anything from it, and it's way stronger than me, but I did kill it. Then it was nighttime, and Raptor came to visit the village. But then it turned into not a visit, now he's living here. Then I made a lumber mill, which you will be using for the rest of the game, but right now I just need it for wood planks. I also made some wooden rods so I can make a sword. And then I used those planks to upgrade my village to level 3. This is very easy. I then went and chopped down trees and broke rocks all day until I can make a grill. I bet whenever Luke the Notable finally does this video about this, he's gonna make a joke about being a dad when he places a grill. I then placed a table and some chairs, just to raise the property value. I then placed a chest, which if I had to complain about anything in LEGO Fortnite, it would be the chest. The basic small chest has 12 slots in it, which is fine, but then the biggest chest in the game, which you won't unlock until endgame, only has 24. Dude. Why? Then Sparkplug showed up to the village, and I invited her to live with us, but honestly, in hindsight, I wouldn't have done that, because I didn't realize you couldn't kick people out of the village, and you can only have 5 total. Building another house in the neighborhood, maybe I can raise the property value from $1 to $2. I then got jumped by a skeleton. He didn't kill me, but it was kinda scary, it shook me up. Now I'm giving these people jobs. You're gonna go collect resources for me. Turns out those wolf claws were useful after all. I can make a spinning wheel, which gives me, like, cobwebs or something, I don't even know. I then made a shield, which is actually kinda helpful against a specific type of enemy, which I will tell you in a second whenever I fight them. I also made a common health charm, which just gives you 1 extra heart, but honestly I'll take all I can get, I'm pretty weak. I then found a chest, and it just gave me a bunch of seeds, which really aren't that helpful, I'm gonna be honest. Maybe I'll wake up from this nightmare that is Chicago. I made a crossbow, which is very good, actually. It does more damage than the sword. You know what, Raptor? You're getting a raise. You're gonna come help me instead of working for the village. I just realized I said raise instead of promotion, but we're leaving it in. Anyway, he's actually a good addition. I do recommend having a companion whenever you can get one. I will say, I think all the companions are exactly the same to each other. It would be cool if like each companion had like a special perk they gave you or something, but honestly, I'm fine with the way it is now too. We found a cave! I don't recommend going in here if you aren't prepared for it, which I wasn't, so I ran away. This is what the shield is good for, the rollers, because they will roll towards you, but if you have a shield, you can just put it up and they don't do any damage to you. And to upgrade your workbench the first time, you need to kill 3 of these things. Which I did, so now we are upgrading the workbench. When you upgrade the workbench, it gives you a chance to get the same tools, but a higher rarity, all the way up to epic, which is purple. For some reason, not gold or legendary, I don't know why, maybe that's a future update. None of that really matters though, because right now I can only make green ones, and right now I'm making a green axe. Now we're back in the caves, because to get a green pickaxe I need knotwood or something, not rude I think, and then you can only get that in caves. I can also upgrade my village to village level 4. I also moved everyone's bed into the other house. I don't know why, I just did. And then I finally made that pickaxe. Mining away. I don't know what I'm to say, I'll mine it anyway. Yeah, I mined all day and then went home because you know what they say. Don't mine at night. Then I made a stone breaker which makes slabs, which sounds like a building material. It's not really, you just make it to make more tools. Anyway, village level 5. I also had enough to make a green health charm, which I'm gonna take. Again, I need all the help I can get. So there are these butterflies that take you to good loot, but I didn't realize they were butterflies, so the entire time I was recording this, I just called them gay fairies. Anyway, it took me to a llama. Honestly, it gave alright stuff. It gave me a snowberry shake, which isn't helpful yet, but it will be. Green crossbow, 7 damage, not much to laugh at. One problem that they've already fixed is the stack size was way too small. You used to only be able to hold 30 arrows, but now you can hold 80. In most other items, you can only hold 30, but now you can hold 50. But for these first a lot of days, it's just still 30, so that was kind of annoying. And now I'm going into the desert for the first time. Not because I want to, but because there's a giant cloud there and I'm curious what it is. It's just a bunch of rainbow people, and if you dance by them, they just give you a bunch of good loot, similar to the llama loot. I was breaking the table and chair in here to have more room for stuff, and then for some reason Raptor decided to break my wood mill. I'm going to shoot. I made a shovel for the first time. I'm never doing it again, it just gives you dirt. I also invited Orchard Man to live in my village. Yay! That's it. I'm finally gonna make an actual house that isn't a shack. I'm gonna make Chicago great. Now I just need to find a way to make a giant bean. Also, village level 6. I put my bed in the nice house. I'm the only one allowed to live here. Village level 7. That's it. I want to be a true baller. I'm getting a detached garage. Unlike the house, I actually have a plan for the garage, but I'm not going to do it yet. Now I'm in the desert killing sand wolves. I guess that wealth from my garage is really getting to my head. Here's what I was using that garage for. I want to use it as a storage place because I didn't really have one. I just kept putting random chests around every shack. And then I found a supply drop, which is something I will say I like about this. They incorporate a lot of things like llamas and supply drops into giving you good loot, and I do like that. Also, at this point, I was kind of just killing a load of random enemies just in case I needed something they dropped. So, just if I have something random you don't know what it is, it's probably because I killed an enemy for it. I also got some amber because that's one of the steps to get better tools next. I try my best to tell you whenever I pick up important items, but it's kind of hard to keep track of, and I'm not even getting paid for this, so use code ClumsyNoName in the Fortnite item shop, #ad. Enough self-promotion, time to get more amber. Did you know that the amoeba is the powerhouse of— Jesus Christ, what is that? Oh, sorry, that's my amber alert. Not sure how I did this, but I somehow forgot to talk about my village being level 8 now. If I didn't forget to talk about that, then you can just call me crazy. Either way, let's carry on. I made a gem cutter to cut my gems, specifically my amber. Yeah, I just suck at this YouTuber thing, because Meowskulls also lives in my village. Forgot to talk about that, but not that weird tiger woman. I don't know what you are. I made a blue axe. And that means that I can now cut down cactuses, apparently. It's cacti, not cactuses. Also, if you look at Raptor, you'll see he's complaining he doesn't have a pickaxe or axe. He does that the entire 100 days. Please stop complaining, you do not get one. Then I made 2 blue health charms, yippee! Blue crossbow. I'm the protector of Chicago. They call me Trash Man. Literally, all I did day 22 was get a full inventory of cave wood, not root, whatever. And I got all that wood so that way I can finally make more chests because honestly it's getting a bit cluttered. I need to actually kind of organize it. I will say it'd be nice if there were like signs or like item frames so I knew what was in my chest, but as far as I know that isn't a thing, so that'd be like a good next addition. And if you're curious why things have slowed down a lot, it's because the next place I need to go is the desert cave, and honestly I'm not sure if I'm gonna live through that, so I've kind of just been putting it off. So I tried to go in this day, but it's burning, and also these enemies hurt. So I did come back the next day, and this time I brought snowberries, which makes it hot instead of burning. So that's a step in the right direction. And now that I'm here, there's a lot I can get. There's copper, there's rubies, there's obsidian, there's bright core, there's tons of stuff for me to get here. Thank you, Fortnite. Obsidian is genuinely kind of like the diamonds of this game. Technically there are better things, but it's probably the rarest thing I had to find. Actually, a better example is it has the rarity of netherite, but it's like diamonds because you can get stronger. But it's as rare as netherite, I don't really get it. The homeless people of Chicago keep trying to beat me up for my real estate. No. Yeah, it was a long process, took me 2 days to build, but I built it all by hand and it's done. To be honest, the only reason I'm even building stuff anymore is to upgrade my village level. I don't care about these people's well-being. Today I found a cave that only gave me loot, but honestly it just keeps giving me items I already have and can grow, so I don't really care. The best thing it gave me were 3 spicy burgers. I wanted to have 4 campfires surrounding my village totem, but whenever I accidentally broke one of the campfires, it broke the whole village totem. Luckily it doesn't do much, but it does break the icon on the map, so that's kind of annoying. Decided I would stop being lazy and finally went back to the mines. Yippee! I found more obsidian! I will say, whenever you are first starting out going into the mines, this place can be brutal. They just keep throwing dynamite at me. Believe it or not, I don't like being exploded, so I went home and now I'm making obsidian slabs. I'm stalling going back to the caves again, but this time it's for a good reason. I somehow haven't built a wall yet. I'm sorry, Luke. Right now I'm just building a gate. I think I'm gonna have one on each side just so I can get in pretty easy. Also, I used those obsidian slabs to upgrade the village to 10, which is the final village level. Yippee! If you look at the bottom of my screen, it says if I hold LT, then there's this thing called a snap mode. This would have made my life a lot easier. It's not that I didn't try it, it's the fact it doesn't work if you use custom keybinds sometimes. Towards the end of this, I do switch to Builder Pro, which does solve my problem, but that was on day 90, so... Anyway, my plan for the wall was so that way skeletons would stop spawning inside of the wall, but it turns out even if you place down lights, they still spawn. So there's not really a point to a wall, but it looks cool. By the way, no, I'm not done making the wall. I ran out of wood. It takes a lot of wood. If you're following along at home and are also building a wall, don't feel bad about it being a little uneven. It's gonna happen. It's still normal. Well, by the end of the night, I had about 2.5 sides done, so we're pretty close. Day 33, I just put down a lot of the last foundations, so that way whenever I do it, I can just place down the wall. For this next part, I got Luke the Notable to sing a song.
Built the wall, yeah, built the wall. I built my wall like 100 blocks tall. Built it up, then I built it strong. I built my wall, yeah, all day long.
And if that song wasn't exciting enough, I also just got Peely to join my village! Luke the Notable just banished me to the mines for using a song. I'm sorry. Sticking out my sword for the roller. You're obsidian. You're my bright core. I just wanna be your pickaxe. Freaking come here. Give me Chicago. Meme's dead. We can wrap it up. I officially did it. It's dead. One exciting thing I did find was a sand brute scale, which any brute scale is good. There's 3 of them, brute scale, sand brute scale, and I think snow brute scale. The brutes are essentially the hardest boss of the game. I wouldn't call them an ender dragon, they're more like the wither, if anything. But sometimes you just get lucky and find scales instead of actually having to kill them, so I'm not complaining. On the topic of brutes, on day 37 I finally went to go try and find a normal brute, because to upgrade my workbench I need one. Yeah, they are very hard to find. There is a trick to find them easier, but I'm gonna tell you whenever I find that out myself. On day 39 I went out exploring so far I couldn't even go back home. I just had to place down a random campfire in the middle of nowhere. I don't think I've talked about this yet, but each LEGO Fortnite day is around 20 minutes. Sometimes it's 15 if you leave the game and rejoin. But that means so far I've spent about an hour and a half just looking for brutes and still haven't found one. In a world where brutes never spawn, I want to die. Yep, still no brutes. How surprising. Didn't find a brute, but I did find a rainbow cloud. So you have to remember, I've spent about 2.5 hours now trying to find a brute without finding one, so I complained on Twitter.com. They told me to turn on visualize sound effects, which I don't use because I don't think it looks good on videos, but I've turned it on and it actually does help. Now, I still didn't find one that day, but it does help, I promise. Literally not even 30 seconds into day 45 and I see the icon for the brute on the screen, and there's no way I would have known he was there if I did not have visualize sound effects on. He made 0 noise. Anyway, let's talk actual tips on killing the brute. Use a crossbow. Do not melee. No matter what, do not melee him. For the normal brute, I just recommend bringing about 2 crossbows and probably about 100 arrows. You probably won't need more than that. And of course you can't force this to happen, but if it does happen near a forest, they can get trapped on trees and you can essentially just cheese the fight. So after gathering all the materials, early on day 46, I finally upgraded my workbench to Epic, which is the final tier for now. Maybe they'll update it. I then crafted a grappler, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I used once, so I don't know why I did that. I did craft an epic axe though, which means that I can go chop down things in the winter biome, which I still haven't been to yet because I'm scared of it. Although before I go to the winter biome, I need to collect around 10 blast core from these rolling obsidian burning rollers something, I don't even know. I lied, I only needed 3, but it's to make this inner fire charm, which pretty much just makes you warmer, so if I go in the winter biome, I'm not freezing to death. Frost pine, I thought it was spruce. By the way, this is why I'm scared of this biome. He bit me once and took half of my health. So yeah, I got what I needed and went back, and now I have an epic pickaxe. Tried to find another brute, didn't find one, and the audio's bugged, so let's just go on to the next day. Day 50, I just kind of did a lot of organizing. Brute hunting. I've run out of funny things to say. Brute hunting, haha. Yeah, I give up. Take me back to the snow biome. Okay, yeah, I have no idea how you guys find brutes, because I sure can't. Day 55. Day 56, I finally came to my senses and did something else, because obviously that wasn't working. I'm trying to get more blast core because I realized that I actually need 3 inner fire charms instead of 1, so I need like 6 more blast core. The only reason I wanted the brute scale in the first place was another type of charm, but I don't need it. Well, I got enough to make 1 of them, so I only need 3 more blast core. Yippee! I ran out of snowberries to go into the burning cave, so I just went and grabbed some day 59. I also made a glider, which is way better than the grappler because it doesn't destroy itself. The grappler dies after like 30 uses. If you're curious what it does, it works exactly like a normal glider in Fortnite, except it does have a stamina bar, so you can't just use it infinitely, which I think is good. Okay, back to work. I just need 3 more blast core. And it was pretty easy. I had it made by the end of the day. This means I can finally go into the caves in the winter biome, even if I really don't want to. But first, I'm gonna kill these ice rollers. Yeah, I was gonna use these for another charm, but I realized that I didn't need it yet, so I might make it in 200 days. So if you want to see that, then just let me know in the comments below. Even if this video doesn't do well, I'll probably do a 200 days, and I don't think the video will do well because I bet Luke's gonna make this video and it's gonna get 10 times the views as me. Back in October 2020 when Among Us was popping off, I made Among Us 100 drops 3 weeks before he did, and not only did his video get millions of more views than mine, he also stole a joke from my intro. By the way, I don't actually care. I mean, he has like 4 million more subscribers than me, and he made the video concept, so I really can't be mad. It was kind of just a joke. Yeah, Luke and I are actually pretty chill. He played like 3 games of Fortnite with me back in the day, and also shouted out my channel like 3 times, so thank you, Luke. I do appreciate you. I'll finally shut up about Luke the Notable. I finally went into the ice caves. Yeah, there is a lot to find in here. There's sapphire to begin with. There's also iron. They also have these chests, which usually give you a lot of good loot, but this one gave me a green shovel. The normal skeletons are really easy, but there's that skeleton wolf who, if he bites me, will literally take away half of my health bar. You guys will not understand this yet, but walking into this specific room will seal my fate forever. But yeah, while I was here, I made sure to get as much stuff as I could because I do not ever want to come back here. Yeah, this was when I realized this place was good. I found 11 cheese, which is a good healing item, and a brute scale. See, the problem is, around now's the time I had a full inventory, but I had no idea how to get out of these caves. Somebody help me, I'm in a cave, I'm stuck. Yeah, it got so bad that I had to end the footage early on day 65 just so I could go rewatch it to figure out what was even going on. Well, this is awkward. I died for the first time because I got stuck in a rock and had to respawn my character because I literally had 0 way to move. So now I just don't have any of my stuff and I have to go run in the hardest place in the game with nothing. Thank God there's no hardcore mode because if I would have lost my world because of this, I literally would have jumped out of a window. Anyway, I did find my stuff, and as you can see, yeah, it's inside of the rock, but luckily there's a slight angle where I can actually reach it. Thank God, otherwise again, I would have jumped out of a window. And you want to know why I got stuck in these caves to begin with? Because that wall right there, you can just walk through. Immediately after this happened, I looked it up and I did not see anybody else with this issue. So I don't know if it's a feature or a bug or what, but that wall, you can straight up just walk through. I don't know how I was ever supposed to figure that out. Slight spoiler alert, but that is the only death I get in this entire video, which just makes it even more frustrating that it was due to a bug. Day 68, I just went and got a lot of bright core and copper because I realized I still only have a green sword even though I just beat the hardest place in the game. Here's something new, I forgot there was enchanting in the game, so day 69 I enchanted my pickaxe with durability. You can actually do it 3 times to each weapon, so for my purple axe and pickaxe, that's pretty much all I wanted was durability, because the other ones don't really help your tools. So yeah, early day 70, both my pickaxe and axe had full durability on it. Well, I know I said I'd never be back here, but I'm already back here, because I need cursed bones from these terrifying bone wolves. Luckily, if you just build up on a cliff, they typically just run around you and can't hit you because they only have melee attacks, so that's pretty W. Also, while I was out, I was getting a malachite. I don't know if I'm saying that right, so from now on, I'm just gonna call it Malachi. In hindsight, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to get this before I go into the ice caves, but I do things out of order. We ballin'. Yeah, I got like 100 while I was out. I did not want to come get back any, so, honestly, this game can be beautiful. Time to fly into the sunset. Day 73 was corrupted, it's fine, but day 74 I realized I didn't have enough bones. Ignore the music in the background, but I made a purple regeneration charm, which is pretty good. It gives you a lot of defense and health, and also regenerates you. On day 76, I got a purple inner fire charm instead of a blue one because it's just slightly better. Hi, Squidward. I needed that to make a charm of resilience, which gives me some bonus defense, so now that I have 3 purple charms, I'm pretty much unkillable except to, like, maybe a brute. By this point, I pretty much have everything I need except for a purple sword and a purple crossbow that have enchantments on them, so that's pretty much all I'm going for now. And it's pretty easy to make the swords because all I need is iron and I got like a bunch of it whenever I was stuck in that cave forever. And the crossbow is debatably easier because it took less iron to make. So then I got to enchanting, or essencing, I don't really know what it's called, but I put essence of damage on there. And then I also did that to my crossbow. Originally I was going to have 2 essence of damage on both of them, but I think I'm just going to have 1 and then have 2 essence of durability just so they don't break. So that's exactly what I did, and honestly I don't know what to do now. I have literally the strongest tools in the game. Well, my chests are pretty cluttered. I guess I'll organize them a little bit. I also haven't talked about this much, but every time it starts raining, I can't use half of my workbenches because they're in the rain, so I figured I'd move them inside so I can actually use them. Honestly, the only reason I didn't do this before is because I didn't realize it gave you the materials back. I figured you'd just lose the materials. I also moved everyone out of the shack. They can finally live inside of a house. I'm feeling generous. But now that there are no beds or chests in there, I guess I might as well just blow it up. Yeah, I've had dynamite like the whole run and haven't used it against anyone because I don't really think it's that good of a weapon, but it also isn't that good of a destructor, so I just ended up breaking it with my axe. Here's a tip though, use a pickaxe, not an axe. Even if it's made out of wood, a pickaxe is faster for some reason. It is nice to finally get these stupid shacks off my land. I want my property value up. Also, who is that? I exiled them and now I'm building another house. I've gotten pretty good at doing that though. I was done by the end of the day. I've had this idea since I built the wall. I'm gonna build 4 log watchtowers in each corner just so it's kind of like a lookout point. Yeah, this is gonna be awesome. Yeah, I even had time to start a second one. Oh, did I say start? I meant finish. I forgot to record the first half of day 83, but I finished the 3rd tower, and I am finishing the 4th one now. So this is a W. I also realized I don't have all the workbenches. I'm missing an oven, a grain mill, and a juicer, so I made a juicer and a grain mill, and I'll probably do the oven later. I'm finally gonna do some farming, but I'm only gonna do peppers and snowberries, because honestly they're the only 2 you really need. Day 85 I went around and gave people new jobs, because all of them have just been collecting resources, but I didn't realize I could tell them to like specifically focus on one resource. During the night I tried to continue my dream of having lights, but again, none of these lights are good. I mean, there's no light coming off of that. Day 86 I'm trying out what essentially is the redstone of this game, but I'm not very good at it. Day 87 got corrupted, it's fine. All I did was try and build balloons and it didn't really go well, but now I'm building a shed. Yeah, it was done within like a minute. It was really small. Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm really running out of things to do, so I guess I'll go mining again? I mostly just needed the bright core so I can put lights around my house. I can't light up the city, but I can light up the house. Day 91, I was putting up some bookshelves and closets, gotta make this house a home. Day 92, I was just going to the winter biome whenever I found an ice brute. I was gonna try and fight one on day 100, but honestly, there's no promise I would have found one, so I'm just gonna fight it now. Yeah, just like the normal brute, it literally just got stuck on a tree and I killed him. So yeah, I just killed the toughest boss in the entire game, so I truly have done pretty much everything. Mining some obsidian, I realized I haven't made a nether portal yet. Not really, I needed to make an oven, and for some reason it takes 35 obsidian slabs. Like, that is insane, but I did make it. I then realized I could make pizza, so of course I made a pizza. I mean, it's not as good as Jack's pizza, but I mean, it'll do. Is Lego Fortnite good?
Yes.
Okay. Day 96, I tried to get these sheep to live inside of my walls, but that's a stupid idea anyway, because they just despawn every time you leave the world. I'm so incredibly out of things to do, I'm just building another log cabin, not because I need it, but because I am bored. Today, I've had a stupid idea. I'm going to build a staircase all the way up to the height limit. When a man thinks, he has thoughts he thinks about all the time. Well, I'm pretty much there, so this is interesting. I'm going to jump off. I've already said it a couple times, but I do mean it. This game can be beautiful when it wants to be. It's day 99 and I'm doing another thing I've meant to do. I'm gonna make my wall a little bit higher by like one wall. It's also day 99 and this is the first time snap mode in the bottom has finally worked for me. So that's awesome. I love you, Lego Fortnite. Day 100, there was only one thing I wanted to do. I don't like this staircase. I just made it because I was bored. So I'm gonna break it and it might destroy some of my houses. Surprisingly, it was minimal damage. It only damaged some of my roofs a little bit. And with that, the 100 days is over. I definitely will do a 200 days. I'm probably just going to wait for a couple more updates because I've kind of done everything I can do except for like make more villages. Just be sure to like and subscribe. That's about it. Peace.